Welcome back to your daily therapy. Stoic the flow. Listen up. You're here because you're done with giving more than you're getting. You're tired of constantly putting yourself out there for people who act like your time and energy are expendable. Deep down, you know it's time for a shift, one that puts you back in the driver's seat of your own life. Today isn't just another day to skim through the same advice. No, today is about taking a stand, shifting your mindset, and mastering the art of power through silence, absence, and the calm confidence that makes others question what they truly know about you. Here's the truth. People only value what they can't easily have. It's in our nature to crave what's out of reach. The more you give, the less they appreciate you. But the moment you step back, when you become a little harder to get, you create a shift in the energy around you. This isn't about revenge or trying to make anyone feel bad. It's about stepping into your own power and letting others realize the value you bring. Absence, my friend, is not empty. It's a statement. Think about this. Have you ever noticed that the things you want most are often the things that seem just a little elusive? Luxury isn't just about the price tag. It's about rarity. When something is rare, it instantly becomes more desirable. That's how human connections work too. If you're always available, always predictable, people start to take you for granted. But when you step back, when you become a little harder to read, they start to wonder, what's going on with them? And that curiosity, it shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Your silence is more than just an absence of words. It's a presence that speaks volumes. When you stop explaining yourself and become less accessible, you're disrupting expectations, and that's where true power lies. Silence creates mystery, mystery creates desire, and desire, when fueled by your absence, becomes a force you can control. Imagine this, you're like the sun, always shining, always present. But when that sun starts to fade behind the clouds, suddenly, everyone remembers just how important that warmth was. That's the power of stepping back. Absence makes them feel your presence in a way they never did before. When they can no longer predict your every move, they're left with a single question. What happened? That's when you know you've got the upper hand. Silence is power. It's not about being cold. It's about commanding attention without saying a word. Your silence is like currency. While everyone else is busy broadcasting their every move, you're holding back, letting the mystery build. Think of it like a high-stakes game of chess. Every move is calculated, every pause is deliberate. Your silence becomes a puzzle, and they're the ones trying to figure it out. The more you hold back, the more they search for meaning in your every action, your every word. And in the process, they'll realize they don't know you as well as they thought. This isn't about playing mind games. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about respecting yourself enough to stop explaining your every choice and every mood. You're not an open book for everyone to read. You're a vault. And only those who truly matter get access. You don't owe anyone an explanation, especially when you're doing what's right for you. Not everything needs to be spoken. Some things, like your presence or absence, are felt rather than heard. Silence can be louder than any words you say. Become that fortress, the one that's unshakable, unbothered, and untouchable. Just like an ancient castle with walls too thick to break, you need to protect your energy. If your fortress had a revolving door, it wouldn't have the same mystique, would it? You need to be the kind of person that others can't take for granted. People only crave what's difficult to obtain, so stop making yourself so easily accessible. From now on, stop explaining. Stop justifying your decisions. Stop chasing approval. When someone asks why you're not as available as you used to be, simply smile and say, "I've got other things I'm focused on." No further details. No apologies. Let your actions speak for you. Let the silence create the curiosity, and watch as people begin to crave access to the mystery you've become. Mastering the art of attraction. Imagine the way a magnet works. When two magnets are pushed together with force, they resist each other, pushing away instead of connecting. But when you pull back just enough, that same magnet becomes irresistibly drawn to you, as if an unseen force is guiding it. The true power isn't in the chase, it's in the pull. This isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about reclaiming your position and your power in any relationship. You don't have to chase after people who don't recognize your worth. In fact, the moment you stop chasing validation, stop begging for attention, is the exact moment you transform into the magnet. People are naturally attracted to those who exude confidence and self-assurance. The more you stop seeking approval, the more others will seek you. You're not just a part of the equation anymore, you're the force that changes the game. And that's the shift you're about to make. Stoicism. Unshakable inner power. Here's the secret the ancient Stoics lived by. Master what you can and let go of everything else. You can't control how others perceive you, but you can control how much of yourself you invest in their opinions. Every time you give in to something that drains you, you're sacrificing your own peace. But here's the power move. You don't have to give it all away. With Stoicism, you don't just react to life. You respond with unshakable calm and calculated strength. You stop chasing fleeting approval. Stop letting the drama of the world pull you into its chaos. You become the observer, not the reactor. Stoicism teaches you to stay centered, to preserve your energy like it's a treasure. Picture this. You're a mountain, towering and steadfast. No matter how fierce the winds howl or how violently the storm rages, the mountain stands unmoved. That's the kind of strength you're building. You're crafting a foundation so solid, no external force, no person, no event, no challenge can break you. People are drawn to that kind of inner strength. It's the strength that doesn't need to announce itself. It's earned, not given, and it commands respect the moment you step into your power. A new era of self-worth. As you step back, embrace silence, and begin to reclaim your energy, you'll feel a profound shift within you. You'll realize that your worth was never dependent on someone else's attention or approval. The true value lies in how deeply you respect and honor yourself. In this new space, you'll experience a peace that's untouched by others' opinions and a calm that isn't rattled by whether or not your phone rings. This is the dawn of a new chapter in your life, one where you no longer wait in the shadows, waiting for someone to see your worth. You no longer seek validation from anyone but yourself. You're no longer chasing approval. You're stepping into the spotlight of your own life, trusting that the right people will gravitate toward you naturally, without any effort on your part. This is the moment you start writing your own story, and you realize that your energy and your time are the most valuable assets you have. Mantras are powerful. They shape your thoughts, reinforce your strength, and shift your entire energy. So here's the mantra for this new era. I am a fortress, not a doormat. I step back, I stay silent, and I let them beg. Write it down. Let it echo in your mind. Let it fuel you, and watch as the shift begins to take hold. Remember this, silence is not weakness, it's power. It's the subtle force that commands respect, speaks without words, and attracts exactly what you deserve. When you stand firm in your silence, the world starts to take notice. You'll be amazed at who comes running back, realizing they missed the opportunity to be in your presence. We're here to help empower you, to inspire you to live your best, most authentic life. If this message resonates with you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Your support is what makes this journey possible, helping us reach more people who need to hear this. Together, we rise. Number 1. Ditch the thirst. Play it cool. Ever notice how the more you chase something, the more it seems to slip away? It's like trying to catch a shadow. You can never quite grasp it. The harder you reach, the farther it moves. The same goes for people. The more you thirst for their attention, the more distant and indifferent they seem to become. It might feel like you're showing care and commitment, but from the outside, it often comes off as desperation. And let's be real, desperation never commands respect. The key is to reveal less, not more. Keep them guessing, and they'll be far more invested. When you're constantly double-tapping their posts, texting back within seconds, or always being the first one to reach out, you're broadcasting a powerful message. Your attention means more to me than my own self-worth. People can sense that neediness, and it doesn't attract. It repels. People want what's out of reach, what's a little mysterious. Why give that away so easily? Cool confidence is magnetic. It says, I know my value, and I don't need your approval to feel worthy. Let's be real. Mystery is a game changer. When someone is always there, always available, it's easy for them to take you for granted. But when you step back, when you stop chasing, something powerful happens. They'll start to wonder, why aren't they reaching out? Did I lose them? That's the shift, the moment they realize they may have underestimated your value. This is where the magic lies, creating a space between being overly available and completely disappearing. That absence. It stirs curiosity. It keeps you on their mind, even when you're not around. The first step in mastering this mindset is to stop letting every ping, beep, or notification dictate your mood or your actions. Play it cool. Step back. Let them feel your absence. That little bit of distance is powerful. It reclaims your energy and shifts the entire dynamic. When you're not at their beck and call, they'll start asking themselves, what went wrong? And in that questioning, they'll start to realize your value more deeply. Instead of constantly pouring your energy into them, pull it back and direct it toward building your own life, your own power. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. In this case, that thing is their attention. Let go of it, and you'll gain control over your emotions, your sense of self-worth, and the dynamic between you. When you stop needing validation from others, you unlock something far more valuable: self-respect. There's no thrill in being noticed. It's the peace that comes from knowing you're not dependent on someone else's approval. That's the real power. Playing it cool shifts the balance. You stop being the seeker and start being the prize. And that's exactly where you want to be. This isn't about playing games or manipulating others. It's about choosing yourself every single time. The next time you feel the urge to reach out or chase, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am enough, and I don't need anyone's validation to prove it. That's the essence of self-respect, the core of your power and magnetism. Attraction doesn't come from chasing, it comes from standing firm in your worth. Stand tall, knowing that true power isn't in seeking attention. It's in owning your value, unshaken and unbothered. Every time you feel that pull to chase, remind yourself, I am worthy, I am complete, I am my own prize. Say it with conviction, I am my own prize, unshaken and complete. Drop this mantra in the comments and let it sink deep. Your power is yours. There's no need to chase. Number 2, keep your cards close. Let them wonder. They think they've got you figured out, but here's the truth. They only know what you've allowed them to see. Imagine the power of holding back, of leaving them guessing about your next move. The more you conceal, the more they crave to uncover. That's the game you're playing, darling. Keep your cards close and let them wonder what you'll do next. When they realize they no longer have all access to you, when they feel the distance you've created, that void will hit them harder than they expect. And trust me, they'll want back in. When you lay everything bare, when your thoughts and emotions are open for anyone to see, there's nothing left for them to chase. They lose interest, and the value of your presence fades. But the moment you pull back, that's when the power shifts. Silence becomes your greatest weapon. It will speak louder than any text or explanation, lingering in their minds like a riddle they need to solve. What happened, they'll wonder. Why are they holding back? That curiosity will consume them, making them question just how well they truly know you. Mystery is magnetic. People crave the unknown. When you choose to step back and stay silent, you create a space where they realize just how much of their world depended on your openness, your willingness to share your energy. Now, with gaps in the narrative, they're left searching for the answers, and it's driving them crazy. This is the core of Stoic power. You are the master of your own world. Your peace, your reactions, your energy, they're all within your control. No one else gets a say in how you carry yourself. Maybe they took your presence for granted, assuming you'd always be there, but by stepping back, you're showing them that your world doesn't revolve around them. You're complete, with or without their attention. Silence isn't about ghosting. It's about self-preservation. It's about protecting your energy, your boundaries, and your peace. It's not manipulation, it's wisdom. A wise person knows when to speak, when to reveal, and when to remain mysterious. The less they know, the more they'll think, and that's where the true power lies. When you give others unlimited access to your life, they lose respect for its value. But when you pull back, you reintroduce the scarcity of your attention, and scarcity always breeds desire. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to reclaim your privacy? Are you prepared to step back, to let them wonder, and to let them feel the absence they never noticed before? This is your move. Make it count. Picture the difference when they finally realize you're no longer at their beck and call, when they understand that your attention was never a guarantee. It was a gift. By keeping them guessing, you're not just protecting your peace, you're teaching them the true value of it. You're showing them that if they want to be part of your world, they'll have to earn their place back. And whether they ever do or not, that's not even your concern. This silence, this mystery, it's for you. Say it out loud. Feel it in your bones. Let it resonate. I move in silence. I owe no one my truth. Let this be your mantra, your guiding force. Every time you feel the urge to explain, to reach out, to overshare, remember this. Your silence is louder than any words you could say. Guard it fiercely. You are worth the mystery you create. If this message speaks to you, if you're ready to step back and let them wonder, drop this phrase in the comments below. I move in silence. I owe no one my truth. Own it. Share it with those who need to hear it. And if you're ready to take control, protect your energy, and make them wonder, show some love by liking this video, hitting that subscribe button, and let's keep building this journey together. Your silence will always echo louder than any words. Number 3, master your minutes. Make them earn your time. Time is the one thing we all crave, yet it's the thing we often squander. William Penn had it right. What if, starting today, every minute you spent was an investment, growing in value the moment you decided to put it toward what truly matters? No more wasting it on people or activities that don't deserve it. No more letting others decide how you spend your precious moments. When you start making people earn your time, they'll see your value in a whole new light. Here's the truth. People respect what they have to work for, and your time should be at the top of that list. Think about the hours you've wasted, waiting for someone's call, rearranging your schedule to accommodate someone who didn't even respect your presence, or pausing your life because someone else snapped their fingers. Enough of that. Today, you take back your time and make it count. From now on, you become the architect of your own day, investing your time where it will yield the highest returns, on people who respect you, on projects that fuel your passion, on goals that grow you. Time is finite, and when you start to guard it, you'll see how others begin to value it more. When you're no longer at their beck and call, they'll finally realize that your time is not a free commodity. By setting boundaries and making people earn your attention, you start to prioritize your own growth. And trust me, when they feel that shift, they'll realize what it's like to be without you, to no longer have easy access to your presence. The beauty of this shift is that when you protect your time, you elevate yourself. You stop moving on someone else's clock and start to live life on your own terms. This isn't about making others chase you. It's about asserting that your time is valuable, that every moment they spend with you is a privilege, not a right, and you're no longer giving that privilege away freely. Say it with me. My time belongs to me. Let that sink in deeply. When you stop living to meet others' needs and start owning your minutes, your entire energy shifts. Suddenly you become harder to reach, more focused, more driven. And guess what? People are drawn to that energy. They want what's hard to get. Your worth isn't for negotiation, and your time isn't something you should throw away on people who can't recognize its value. This is your power. You deserve to be someone whose time is cherished, whose presence isn't taken for granted, and whose minutes aren't spent chasing anyone's approval. Live with that strength and watch how others begin to take notice. But by the time they do, you'll be so focused on your own path that whether they reach out or not won't even matter. Write this in the comments below. My time belongs to me. Claim it. Own it. Let it resonate with every decision you make. This is your new standard. Every time you feel the urge to overextend or become too available, repeat this mantra and remind yourself of the value of your time. And if this message is speaking to you, if you're ready to stop giving your time away to people who don't appreciate it and start valuing every single second, show your support. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's create a community of people who know their worth. Your time is yours to control. Make it count. Number 4. Raise the bar. Don't settle for crumbs. Here's the cold, hard truth. If you keep settling for scraps, you'll never get the feast you're truly worthy of. Far too often we convince ourselves that maybe, just maybe, things will get better. We tell ourselves, maybe they'll change. Maybe one day they'll finally respect me, give me the attention I deserve. But the truth? You get what you tolerate. Imagine this. You're at a grand, extravagant banquet, surrounded by the finest food. But instead of being served a full, glorious spread, someone tosses you a few crumbs. Would you settle for that? Would you feel honored? Of course not. But this is what we do when we accept minimal effort, excuses, and half-hearted gestures from others. We tolerate less than we deserve, and in doing so, we're telling the world and ourselves that it's enough. But it's not. Now ask yourself, do you want a life of just good enough, or are you ready to demand more? Are you prepared to stand tall, set the bar high, and refuse to settle for mediocrity? Here's the secret that most people miss. Raising your standards isn't about being unreasonable or asking for too much. It's about recognizing your worth and refusing to let anyone treat you as anything less than valuable. It's time to stop accepting excuses, last-minute plans, and fleeting attention. Start showing the world that your time, your energy, and your presence are precious, not something just anyone can access whenever they feel like it. People respect what they have to work for, and those who demand high standards, who refuse to be treated as optional, show self-respect and are seen as people worth cherishing. Don't be afraid to be called too much. That's just what people say when they're unwilling to meet your standards. The right people will rise to meet your expectations, and the wrong ones, they'll fade into the background. You'll discover that those who truly value you will respect you more for standing firm on your boundaries and knowing your worth. Settling for less is draining. It leaves you stuck, waiting for someone else to meet your needs. But the moment you decide to demand more and stop shrinking to fit someone else's version of acceptable, you take back your power. You get in the driver's seat of your own life. You stop letting someone else's standards dictate your worth. So here's what I want you to commit to. Raise your standards and settle for nothing less. Let that mantra fuel you every time you're tempted to lower your expectations or make compromises that don't honor who you are. You are not a backup plan. You are not the afterthought. You deserve the full meal, not the crumbs. Stand firm in that belief, and those who truly value you will have no choice but to meet you at your level. Let me hear it. I demand more, and I settle for nothing less. Write this down, say it out loud, and let it become your truth. Every time you feel the urge to accept less than you deserve, remind yourself of your worth and hold that line. Drop this mantra in the comments below as a promise to yourself and to the world that you will no longer settle for less than you deserve. If this message hit home, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's build a community of people who value themselves enough to demand more. It's time to step into your power. No more crumbs. You're here for the full banquet. Number 5. Seal your lips. No explanations given. There's something incredibly powerful in silence. It's a force that speaks louder than any explanation could ever do. Too often we feel this unspoken pressure to justify our decisions, to give a reason for everything we do. But here's the game changer. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop asking for permission to live your life. Silence holds an energy that words can't capture. Think about it. When you say nothing, you're showing the world that you are in full control of your story. You decide what to share. You decide who gets to know your next move. Silence isn't void. It's brimming with answers that others will have to uncover on their own. The less you say, the more curiosity you stir, and the more they're left to wonder, what are they thinking? Here's the truth. When you stop explaining, you regain your power. You stop handing over pieces of yourself in the form of justifications. Every time you feel the urge to explain your choices or defend your actions, ask yourself, why do they need to know? Let's say someone asks why you didn't respond to their text right away, or why you didn't answer the phone when they called. Instead of getting defensive or scrambling for a reason, simply say, I was busy. Nothing more, nothing less. That one line is enough. The silence between the lines will do all the talking. It shows that you're grounded in your choices and don't need to explain yourself to anyone. This isn't about being cold or rude. It's about standing firm in your boundaries and knowing that you don't owe anyone a justification for prioritizing your peace. Every time you explain yourself, you're offering an invitation to question your boundaries, your time, your energy. When you seal your lips, you're sending a clear signal that your decisions are yours to make. You don't need permission to do what's best for you. And here's the kicker. People will respect you more for it. They'll start to notice that you're not just available on demand, that you're not constantly at their beck and call. Your silence creates a powerful shift in the dynamic. It makes them realize that they can't just take your time and energy for granted anymore. The ones who value you will appreciate this shift, and the ones who don't, they'll move on, because your silence won't entertain their demands. This is your time, your energy, your life, and no one else's. Stop justifying your choices. Stop giving away pieces of your soul just to make others feel comfortable. You don't owe anyone an explanation for taking care of yourself, for protecting your peace, or for choosing what aligns with your truth. Here's your mantra. Let it sink deep into your soul. I move in silence. No explanations needed. Say it out loud. Own it. The next time someone expects an explanation from you, resist the urge to over-explain. Let your silence speak for you. Drop that mantra in the comments below as a commitment to protect your peace. You don't need to justify your worth. You're allowed to make choices that are right for you without anyone else's approval. And if this message resonates with you, show your support, like, subscribe, and join this community of people who are stepping into their power, guarding their peace, and moving forward with confidence. You are in control. Stay silent. Let the world catch up. Number 6. Glow up and keep them wondering. When was the last time you focused on you? Not to get a reaction, not to show them what they're missing, but purely because you're worth it. The kind of glow up that's all about you, your growth, your confidence, your evolution. Imagine this. The same people who once took you for granted, who barely noticed your worth, are now sitting back in awe, wondering how you've transformed into someone they can't quite reach anymore. The best part? They won't know exactly when it happened, because you didn't make a show of it. You just grew, you just shone, and now your light is blinding. There's power in this, a kind of quiet revolution. The best revenge isn't about making others regret their actions or getting back at them. It's about living your best life, thriving in ways they never expected. It's about rising not out of anger, but out of self-love and respect. When you stop shrinking yourself to fit into others' expectations, that's when you truly start to shine. Your glow-up isn't just skin deep. Sure, you're going to feel more confident, look better, but that's just the surface. The real transformation happens within. You start feeding your mind with things that light you up. You nourish your body with what makes you feel strong and unstoppable. You start setting boundaries, prioritizing your peace, and chasing your dreams. Not for anyone else, but for you. And trust me, people will notice, even if they don't say anything. They'll feel that shift in your energy, the quiet power that you now radiate. But here's the secret. Don't broadcast it. Let them wonder. Let them feel your absence, because the moment you step back and start choosing yourself, that's when they'll start to feel the loss. And you won't need to explain why. The change will speak for itself. This isn't about trying to make anyone jealous or getting revenge. It's about stepping into the fullest version of yourself, unapologetically. It's about putting yourself at the center of your own life, where you belong. As you raise your standards, protect your peace and chase your goals, you create a mystery around you. And that mystery, it drives them crazy. Remember, every decision you make to prioritize your own growth, every time you choose your own peace over pleasing others, you're glowing up in ways they'll never be able to understand. And by the time they do, you'll be so far ahead that they won't even be able to catch up. This transformation is yours and yours alone. You're not seeking validation. You're not waiting for anyone's approval. You're doing this for yourself, and in doing so, you become unstoppable. Your glow will light up the path you walk, and whether they notice or not, you'll be so far gone by the time they wake up. So here's your mantra, the affirmation that will fuel your journey. I glow up for me. Say it out loud. Feel it. Every time you're tempted to seek attention or validation from someone who didn't see your worth, repeat these words. I glow up for me. Let them wonder, let them regret, but keep moving forward, radiant and unbothered. If this resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and share this with anyone who needs to hear it. You're not just glowing up, you're transforming into the best version of you. Let's make it happen, together. Number 7. Learn to say no and mean it. How many times have you said yes when you really wanted to say no? How many times have you put yourself last, just to please someone else, to avoid conflict, or to keep the peace? It's time to break free from that pattern. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're saying no to your own peace, your own needs, your own happiness. Here's the brutal truth. If you don't set your own boundaries, others will gladly set them for you. And trust me, they won't hesitate to take all of your time, energy, and attention if you let them. Before you know it, you'll be stretched thin, overcommitted, and completely lost in someone else's version of your life. Saying no isn't about being rude or uncaring. It's about being unapologetic in protecting your time and your energy. When you say no and mean it, you send a message that you have priorities, and you are not available to be pulled in every direction. You are the author of your story, and you won't let anyone else write it for you. Here's the real power in saying no. It's not just about turning down requests, it's about affirming what does matter. Every time you say no, you're saying yes to your own growth, peace, and dreams. You're saying yes to the things that fuel your soul, your passions, and your future. And that is not something to feel guilty about. Let's be clear. People who respect you won't try to guilt-trip you or pressure you into changing your mind. They'll understand that your time is valuable. But the ones who keep pushing, who try to manipulate or convince you to bend, are showing you exactly who they are. People who only care about what they can get from you, and they're not your problem anymore. The truth is, no is a declaration of your worth. It's an affirmation of your right to put yourself first. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strong. It makes you someone who knows exactly where their energy should go and who doesn't apologize for it. Think about it. When was the last time you said yes only to regret it later? That gut feeling that you'd given away a piece of yourself. Now imagine replacing just half of those automatic yeses with firm, unshakable no's. Imagine how liberating that would feel, how freeing. It's like shedding a heavy burden, giving yourself the space to breathe, to create, to live on your own terms. Remember, every time you say no, you are saying yes to the life you deserve, yes to your future, yes to your peace, yes to your real priorities. So here's the mantra. My time is precious. I say no and mean it. This isn't just a phrase, it's a declaration of strength, a promise to yourself that you will no longer hand out your time like it's unlimited. Write it down, say it out loud, and let it anchor you. You are the master of your time and energy. If you're ready to stop overcommitting and start living unapologetically, this is your moment. Drop this mantra in the comments below. I say no and mean it. Let it echo as a reminder that you are reclaiming your time and protecting your energy. If this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on this journey of self-respect and unapologetic boundaries. Together, we're building a community of people who know their worth and are finally taking back their time. The world will wait. You won't. Number 8. Stay unbothered. Be emotionally untouchable. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to live for the reaction they can provoke in you? They test your patience with a careless comment, a delayed response, or a little dig here and there, just to see if they can get under your skin. They want to control your emotions, but here's the kicker. Emotional untouchability is your ultimate superpower. When you remain unbothered, calm and collected, you take back the reins. You stop letting others dictate how you feel. Remember this, he who angers you controls you. If someone can shake your peace, they've won. But when you choose to stay calm, when you choose to remain unfazed by the chaos around you, you reclaim that power, and it drives them crazy. This isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about protecting your emotional landscape. It's about making a conscious decision to not let anything or anyone disturb your inner peace. The truth is, Emotional independence isn't just a skill, it's a lifestyle. And once you master it, people will be mystified by you. The real power lies in your ability to stay unshaken. Think about it. The more you don't react, the more control you have. When people try to provoke you and see no response, they start to question themselves. They don't know what you're thinking, and that uncertainty, it eats away at them. But you're untouchable. Every time you choose not to engage in their drama, you're building an emotional fortress around yourself. It's like putting on armor, but the beauty is, the more you practice this emotional composure, the stronger your armor becomes. Soon, nothing, no harsh words, no passive-aggressive behavior, no negativity will be able to break through. When you stop giving people the power to affect your mood, you create a new reality, one where you are in control. You are the master of your emotions, and guess what? The people who used to push your buttons will be left wondering, what happened to the person I used to manipulate? That's when they'll realize they never had power over you to begin with. So here's your mantra. I am in control. Say it. Write it. Let it sink in deeply. You are not here to be anyone's emotional puppet. No one has the right to pull your strings. Every time you stay unbothered, you're reaffirming your strength. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you're showing the world that your peace is non-negotiable. If this resonates with you, drop this mantra in the comments below. I am in control. Own it. Let it echo in your mind and heart. The world will test your peace, but with emotional untouchability, you'll remain unshaken. If you're ready to take control of your emotions, your life, and your peace, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join us as we move forward with unshakable strength. Your peace is yours to protect, and nothing can touch it unless you allow it. Number 9. Be the prize. Let them chase you. Here's a powerful shift you need to make. Stop chasing what doesn't chase you. The right things, the right people, and the right opportunities. They'll find you when you stop running after them. The moment you stop scrambling for attention, the universe shifts, and you become the one that everyone wants. The mystery, the enigma, the one they can't quite figure out. When you stop seeking validation, you elevate your worth. You stop playing the game of proving yourself, and instead, you become the prize, something that's respected, admired, and pursued. People are drawn to strength, to confidence, to someone who knows their value and doesn't bend for anyone. The energy you exude will pull people in, like a magnet they can't resist. You've built a life that doesn't revolve around anyone else's approval, and that is incredibly magnetic. You don't need to chase anything or anyone. When you stand firm in your worth, you automatically attract what's meant for you. Let them watch you shine. Let them wonder what you're doing, and let them feel the sting of your absence when you stop settling for less. That's when they'll realize they've missed the boat. Being the prize means setting standards that reflect your worth and walking away from anything that doesn't meet them. It means no longer chasing after crumbs, but rather demanding the feast you deserve. When you stop making yourself available to those who don't prioritize you, that's when they'll start chasing, because they'll realize that you're not waiting around for their scraps. Here's the mantra you need to start living by. I attract. I don't chase. Let these words resonate deep within you. Feel the power they hold, the calm confidence that comes when you truly understand your worth. From now on, stop running. Stand tall. Let the right people chase you. Repeat after me. I attract. I don't chase. Say it, write it, own it. Let this be the foundation of your life moving forward. You are the prize, and the world will have to meet you at your level. Drop this in the comments if you're ready to stop running after validation and start living in your own power. I attract. I don't chase. This is your new reality, your new mantra. your new path forward. If this message speaks to you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we're building a life of strength, confidence, and self-worth. It's time to stop chasing. The right things will find you when you become the prize. Every like, every subscription, and every share is a powerful reminder that we're not alone in this journey. It's a signal to the world that we're ready to rise, to reclaim our power, and to embrace the greatness that's been within us all along. By joining this community, you're not just signing up for inspiration. You're stepping into a space where growth, confidence, and strength are celebrated every single day. The more we spread this message, the more we remind others who feel overlooked or underestimated that they too can stand tall and own their worth. Together, we can create a ripple effect that changes lives, starting with our own. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's build a collective force of unapologetic self-worth and unstoppable ambition. You're already stronger than you think. Now let's rise as one. Join the movement. Let's make some noise and watch as the world takes notice. Together, we can amplify our voices, step into our full potential, and support each other every step of the way. It's time to rise, and rise together.